Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here today. As always, I have a general reading for you, and as always with a general reading, only take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? It is a timeless message and can represent past, present or future depending on where you're at on your healing journey. Spirit will always guide you to a message that you need to hear exactly when you need to hear it. For the ease of channeling, I am going to use the pronouns he or she, but by all means swap them out if they do not resonate for you, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at what Spirit wants us to know today. What's going on in the collective? What do we need to know today, please? Feels quite positive energy that I'm tapping into. It feels pretty good. It is what it is. Yeah, it feels like it's very much an easy going, flowing kind of energy today. The uncharted sea. Time machine. Okay. Okay. On the bottom of the deck we have willing release, which is, yeah. There's a situation from the past, okay? There's also something about the future, but I'll come back to that in a minute. There's a situation from the past that you've released, you've detached from, okay? And you're like, you know what, there's no anger, there's no resentment, there's no ill feelings, there's nothing, there's no, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you're not holding on to anything from the past. You've completely let go. The past is in the past. It's literally like past is in the past. It's done. I'm moving on. I've moved away. You may have stepped away from a person or a group of people. But this could just be your past in general. You're not that version of yourself. It's like you've stepped. I'm seeing this card and this card here, there's like portals, okay? So it's like you're not who you were in the past, okay? You're not the version of you that you used to be. You've made peace with your past. It is what it is. You're grateful for whatever you experienced because it's made you who you are today. You've stepped into a better version of yourself. You've stepped through a portal into a new version of yourself. You've ended a cycle and you've shed the layers of who you used to be, and you're starting a new cycle, okay? What I feel here is that you've ended your karmic path and you're now moving into your dharma, okay? You're onto your dharmic path. You're trusting and having faith in, you know, it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. It's, you know, even if it seems to be bad on the surface, there's a lesson or a blessing in it, and you're going to transmute whatever goes on, okay? You're going to come through the other side, which is why this card is in the middle. You stepped into something, you trusted and had faith, and you hadn't got a clue what was going on or why it was happening, and you just went with the flow and were like, well, you know, it'll be revealed to me as and when. I don't need to know everything. Some things are, you know, can't be revealed, and in time that may be revealed, or I'm just not meant to know, and I'm okay with that. There may be, like I said, a situation that you didn't know why it was happening and you made peace with not knowing, and we're like, well, there's a reason for it, there's a bigger plan here, and I'm just going to, you know, just go with it. It is what it is. That's the energy I'm feeling, like, okay, whatever. I'll just, you know, there's this energy of finding peace amongst the calm. Like there's chaos going around you, and there may be things coming into your life that really in the past you would have like completely, like, I don't know, had some sort of breakdown. You'd have like, that it would have got overwhelming. That's the word. Thank you, Spirit. Things would have been overwhelming for you, and you're looking at situations now going with a detached view of, why am I not like stressing more about this situation? It's not that it's not stressful, but you're facing it with love instead of fear, and in doing that you're finding peace amongst the chaos. Okay. It's like you're a completely different version. I'm hearing you've changed. And actually, as I was getting ready to do this reading, I was hearing Changes by Ozzy Osbourne and Kelly Osbourne. I was hearing the song Changes. Things are changing for you, okay? In a more positive way, because like I said, you've ended your karmic path and you're now on your dharmic path. You've done the work, you've stepped into a new abundance cycle, okay? There's also something to do with the future, and I'm hearing you rewrote history. Well, history is the past, but in doing what you've done the healing, you've faced the karma, you've cleared ancestral karma, and what you've done has cleared generations of karma. You've cleared some sort of trauma or some sort of karma, some sort of, I want to say, curse around your bloodlines, specifically to do with money and finances. But abundance isn't just about money and finances, it's about abundance in all areas of your life. You've cleared that, and that's what I'm saying, where you've rewritten history. Because in this, like, you may also have been, there may have been something to do with timelines and going back to the past, but you've been going back in your mind. So when you have a conversation in your head about something that happened in the past and you're going back over it and you're seeing new things and you're saying those things that you wish you'd said at the time but didn't think about until after the fact, even if you're not around that person or that situation anymore, it changes it, okay? It changes the past. Because then what it does is then, like, just, am I making sense? It kind of goes across all timelines. So you've healed it on all timelines. Whatever this situation was for you, it's been healed across all timelines, and you've rewritten history. So whatever went on in the past, it's completely changed the situation, not just for you but for everyone involved. And as I went like this, my fingers crossed and I heard crossed wires. Somebody had crossed wires about something. And in going back over, having conversations with people in your mind and going back over it, it's kind of given those people new perspectives. And that's why you're able to release and let go of it. It's like, I'm done. I don't need to go back over this. There's closure here. You have closure. And there's a real, like, acknowledgement of what you do in this now moment, how you react, how you respond is shaping your future. So if you react from a place of fear about something that hasn't happened, you're going to manifest that. And there's a real understanding of and taking responsibility and moving consciously, making conscious choices to co-create your life, co-create your experiences. Now that doesn't mean that you won't have negative experiences, but they're negative positives, because even a negative experience has something positive within it, and that is where you're at. Like, it doesn't matter, you're going to be okay, and you're okay, and there is something about a belief system around feeling safe, okay, and protected. you've cleared some sort of belief system around the root chakra, something around the root chakra. Okay, this root chakra links into family. It is abundance, money, finances, your emotions, anxiety, and all that lot. And and there's like when you have anxiety and stress, you're able to move through those emotions a lot quicker. You've over this journey that you've been on, you have gathered the skills and the tools to for your like your spiritual toolbox, so that you know when, like, you're so in tune with who you are, your body, and you can recognize something really, really quickly, whether it's yours, whether it's someone else's, and you can shift through it a lot quicker. And now that you've got all this and you're moving into your dharmic path, this is the toolbox, this is the skills and the gifts and everything that you've picked up along the way that is going to enable you to lead others, to step up and lead and support and help others gather their toolbox, to help them through things, to help them where they need to be. Okay. And it's, for some of you, you're not actively going to be helping others. For some of you, you're going to be like life coaches. You're going to be spiritual teachers. All right. And you're going to help people in those ways. Some of you are going to be like going to tap into the more spiritual side of things and helping people on a spiritual side. Other views of you will take this spiritual knowledge and you'll do more physical things, and you'll help people more on a more physical level. So like behavior therapists and like cognitive behavior therapists and just like therapists in general, because you're going to be able to resonate with people on a deeper level. Okay. And I don't know, this energy just feels so exciting. You're stepping into like a new, I can see, like, I know there's so much going on at the moment worldwide. There's so much negative going on around the world. Okay. But you're not feeding into the fear and you're not spreading the fear. You are, so you're just being you and taking care of yourself, using your spiritual toolbox to help yourself. You're helping to raise the vibration and you're spreading love, not fear. And it's now showing on the outside of you, and it's going to start to show what you're putting out or you've been putting out for yourself, and working on yourself has helped the collective, and it's going to push the collective into a new timeline. Okay. But in order to step into that new timeline, things have to clear out first. Okay. But you're not feeding into the fear of what's going on, because if you feed into that, you're adding to the fear, and then you're manifesting more of what isn't wanted. But and you're like really understanding that, so you're not ignoring what's going on, but you're choosing to focus on what you want to manifest and what you want to see for yourself and for the world, to attract that and manifest that in. All right. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay. This is what you're, where you're needed at the moment. So it may be that I'm feeling like there's some people around you that are a little bit upset because you don't appear to have time for them, but it's because right now Spirit has you doing what they need you to be doing. Okay. And this is going to sound really awful, and it's not that you can't be around people of a lower vibration. It's not that at all. But there's a difference between someone being in a lower vibration and willing to do their shadow work and raise their vibration, and those that are in just like a Debbie Downer. Okay, Spirit has you isolated from anyone who's not a vibrational match to you at this time, purely because they do not want you distracted. Okay, so for a lot of you, this separation, this isolation from people is temporary. Okay, Spirit has a lot of healers, a lot of intuitive people isolated right now, because they need them on task. They need, because as an empath, it's all well and good maintaining your spiritual hygiene, but if you're then around too much negativity, it might start to seep through. So this is purely about protecting your energy and your aura and making sure that your cup is filled so that you can give from the overflow, which these people around you, because they're in a lower vibration and they're like relying on you to help them, they're not seeing that you are still helping them. You're just not doing it directly, you're indirectly doing it behind the scenes. Okay, because what you're giving out to these people, or to giving to yourself, is what you're putting out to the universe. Okay, that's going to radiate out of you, and these people are going to receive that energy as a result. Okay, but they're not conscious enough on their healing journey to understand that yet. Okay, do you know what? I'm so happy that I'm tapping into this energy and not the energy of bullies and stuff. It feels like we're done with that right now. We're done with that. We're done with that at the moment. Well, for this reading anyway. Okay. This feels so good. We're not focusing on that energy. We're not feeding it. We're not giving them our attention. Okay. We're not feeding the energy vampires. They are blocked. They are cut off. Okay, they are distracting. They are a distraction. They're trying to pull you off path. Do not feed into any negative or fear-based energy, whether it be yours or others. You need to push through. Okay, yeah. This victim mentality that we all go through, you know, until we clear it. You cleared it. You, in the past, you know, there was this victim mentality of holding on to, like, oh, why is this happening to me? The universe is against me. We're not having any of that anymore. That's not where it is. It is what it is. You're understanding that if you're disconnected from a person or a situation, whether you understand it or not, there's a higher reason for it, and you're just trusting in faith that Spirit is basically just like, because you're moving it into this new cycle, Spirit is shaking up your friendships, your relationships. They're shaking the tree to see who falls off. Okay? They're shaking the tree to see who falls off. That's why they have you isolated at this time. Because where you're going, not everyone can go. And what they don't want is people that are wanting to ride your coattails going with you. Okay? They're not allowing anyone that's got energy towards you of taking you for granted, anything that is not people, places, situations, anything that does not have your best interests at heart and does not have true, pure intentions towards you is being released. Okay, over this uncharted sea. Yeah, there's something new that you're entering into. This is like a, you know, this is the, I'm hearing milestones, and this energy of not losing your shit when things are going wrong and feeling like the world is against you. It's kind of like a milestone. You've reached a new level of yourself, and it is a milestone, and it is something to be celebrated. Okay, so when you're feeling like something's coming up. I mean, there's things, I'm feeling like there's been things, and you're looking and thinking, am I depressed, or am I just at peace? We've been taught that if we're not reacting negatively with having an emotional outburst to something, that we're automatically, if you don't react to it, then you're automatically depressed, and you're detached in a negative way. And that's not the case. We shouldn't be stressed and anxious about anything that's going on. Anything that causes stress and anxiety needs to go, okay? Or your perspective of the situation needs to change, okay? We don't need to cut everything off, okay? We're not cancel culture here. We only walk away from something that we can't change. If we can't change it, walk away. Put it in Spirit's hand, ask Spirit for guidance about, ask them to help with the situation, and you'll soon find out. Like I said, they're shaking the tree as to who falls off. Who is, Tower, time machine. The Tower, it comes in, it shakes the tree. Your things are coming in to shake you up, okay? Because it's a test from the divine to make sure that you've fully integrated all of your lessons before you step into this new path, okay? And what I'm feeling here is that you're not reacting to things in the same way that you would have in the past, and your roots are grounded, they're strong, they're stable, okay? Because your trust and faith in the divine, it can't be shaken, okay? But I do feel like there are people or situations around you where things are being shaken up, because there's people and situations around you that are not on a firm foundation, and there's opportunities. Basically, the people and situations around you are being tested to see whether they're going to step up or step out, okay? And I can just see a lot of people falling. All right, Justice. Yeah, this is about your karma and your dharma coming into balance. And like a transit, I'm seeing also like a transition from shadow to light, okay? And karma's not necessarily a bad thing, because it's about your perspective. And when you're faced with something karmic that may be a karmic situation for you, how you're going to deal with that. How are you going to move? Are you going to move through that? Are you going to accept your karma and move through it? Or are you going to fight it? Are you going to, you know, like, how are you going to deal with it? And it's like you're dealing with it much better than you would in the past, because you're understanding the journey more. You're now at a stage in your journey where, like, if it's karma, it's karma. You've done, even if you think even when something's going wrong, if you're not sure what you've done, you're just accepting, okay, you've done something that you need. The scales of karma need to be balanced, and therefore you need to receive your karma, and you're accepting of that. You learn the lesson, you move on, okay? The people and situations from your past that have been toxic, distorted, unhealthy, people that have come up against you, have people who have victimized you, okay? Their lives are being shaken up as well, okay? And they are receiving their karma. Somebody knows that they're receiving karma for what they did for you. Ace of Wands, that to clarify what I was just saying. Somebody knows. I know this isn't the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is usually like communication and epiphany. But this to me gave, I was gonna say like, not intuition, um, confirmation of what I'm trying to get out. um, Imagination, like somebody knows that they're receiving karma for victimizing you, for what they did to you. Okay, this could be to do with an event, a celebration, some sort of party, um, wedding, um, a milestone birthday, a job promotion, those sorts of things. Okay, something was, something where you were victimized. Okay, um, these people know that they're receiving that everything that they wanted for you and everything they tried to put on you is coming back on them. Okay, whether they want to admit that or not, that's what's happening. All right. um Whatever it was that they did to you, or this situation triggered within you, it lit that fire of passion within you to go deeper, and it pushed you further into who you are. It's pushed you further onto your dharmic path, because you are genuinely who you say you are. Okay, and these people are starting to realize it now. These people are starting to realize that you're, um out of this world, that you are not, that they've never met anyone like you. um and they're speechless because, um they're speechless because, like, I just can't find the words. They're speechless. Okay, they can't find you don't fit into a box. You do not fit. They cannot put you in a box. You do not fit into a box. And somebody is regretting their actions towards you in the past. Okay, you've got these people regretting how they treated you in the path, in the path, in the past. Okay, let's get some more clarification, please, Spirit. Two of Swords. They didn't see this coming. They didn't see you coming. You didn't look what they assumed somebody like you would look like, which is kind of judgmental. There's something here about they couldn't see something coming. You warned them about something coming. The karma. They didn't see this karma coming because they thought they were in the right, or they thought they would get away with it because they have in the past. But they met their match in you. And there's only so long Spirit are going to let them get away with something. Okay? I feel like you were sent in to a person or a group to test, as a test. Like, they've done this to people in the past, but they've never done it to a chosen one, and they made a mistake coming for you because you are a chosen one. You're very, very protected, and the problem is with that, not only will they reap karma for what they did and how they treated you, but you're out here making sure that everyone else that they've done this to is receiving the justice that they need to. So when these people were receiving their karma, this is justice for everybody else they attacked. It's like you have all these people under your wing, so you are very protected. Whether you know these people or not, it's, you are very much a person who is about justice. Okay, that doesn't mean that you're going out of your way to attack these people and serve them their justice. You don't need to. Okay, you're walking karma. Spirit is going to use you as a physical manifestation of the karma. Okay, you walking away was the start of their karma. That's when it started, and you warned these people. God sent you in as a warning, but I feel like these people took it as a threat. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. You were sent in to these people as a gift, as a last chance. I heard last chance saloon. Okay, you were sent in the gift. This was a gift of foresight, a gift of prophecy for these people. You went in and you told them, if you continue going down this path, this is what's going to happen. You may not have verbally told them. It may have been something that you posted on social media. Okay, but there was a warning, multiple warnings, and this person or this group laughed it off because they thought that they were in the right. Yeah, they're not laughing now. Okay, they're not laughing now. You're walking karma. You were sent in as a warning. You were a gift from spirit to these people. It's what I'm seeing is God saying, here is God, source, universe, creation, whatever your belief system is. Here is this gift. You now have a choice based on how you treat this person. Depends on how much karma you receive and how we're going to bow about what, you know, basically what you're going to get, how you're going to get it, and how much. Okay, but you were sent in undercover, so to speak. You were like hidden in plain sight. Because if you'd have gone in, if God had showed them who you really were, then of course they're not going to behave in the way that they did. Okay, because it's you know, if you want to manifest something and spirit says to you, okay, well, you need, that is going to happen, but you need to do XYZ, and you know exactly what needs to be done in exactly what way, you're going to do it because you want to manifest that. But that's not how it works. It's to see how you, it's not about how you are on the surface, it's about what you're doing behind the scenes. So these people, it was a test. You were hidden in plain sight as a test to these people about how they were going to treat you behind your back, how they were going to treat you to your face and behind your back. And because what I'm seeing here is that people were nice to your face and then were like slagging you off behind your back, being mean to you and making fun of you behind your back. I do feel like some of them were actually mean to your face, but it's almost like they masked it to make it look like they were just joking. And it may be that they were like making fun of you to your face and joking about it, and then behind your back they're laughing because they think you didn't pick up on it. But there is something about, you gave these people a warning, and they saw it as a threat, or they saw you as a threat, because you something to do with the status quo. What's that phrase, that saying? There's a phrase that has something to do with the status quo. I'm not talking about the band or the musicians. I'm talking about, there is a phrase, something to do with the status quo. I can't think of it, but hopefully you'll know what I'm talking about. But they didn't see you coming. They didn't see this karma coming. And now they're shook. And I tell you what else they didn't see coming was your glow up. There's something here about word has gone. You being in the spotlight, well known. Something about you being well known. These people didn't realise how well known you are. So there's something about, you could be like well known within your town or your something like that. These people didn't realize how many people actually know you, and there's something about somebody was spreading false lies about you and saying that you were a particular way, and it's not matching up with other people who don't know this person. Right, so there's a group of people or a person that was listening to gossip and rumours about you, who also knows other people that know you, but other people that know you don't know the person that was gossiping and spreading rumours. Does that make sense? So this person or the group are in the middle, and they're like getting two sides of you, and they're like, well, it don't make sense. And now they're seeing for themselves that they were lied to by whoever this person is spreading lies and gossip, that something is off with what they're saying, because what these other people are saying, somebody defended you. Somebody who knows you has turned around and said, no, that's not what happened. That isn't this, that's, they're not like that at all. Somebody's defended you. Somebody who knows you has defended you to a person or a group of people. But yeah, so as you're receiving your dharma, these people are receiving their karma. So Spirit do want you to know that justice, you're not looking for justice, and that's why justice is coming in. Okay, you've released the need. So there's something about watching and waiting for these people to receive their karma. You've released that. You've released the need to know whether or not they're going to get karma. You don't care. It is what it is. You know they will, but you don't need to see it. You don't need to hear about it. You don't need to know. You've released the outcome of somebody needing to receive their karma, which is now allowed Spirit to bring that in. Okay, something amazing is coming for you. This could be to do with some sort of recognition and reward, and it may come from these people. Maybe you will get some sort of apology, but usually discernment there, with regards to whether or not it's a genuine apology. Are they truly sorry, or are they just sorry because they got caught out and they're now receiving karma? Okay, so just be aware of that. But there's something coming in for you that you're not seeing, that Spirit don't want you to know about. Intuitively, you can feel something is coming. But Spirit wanna, I'm just hearing surprise. Spirit want you to be surprised, that they don't want you to see it coming, so they're blocking your vision with regards to what it actually is. But you're picking up, you're like, when you're feeling excited and something like that, it's because something's coming in and you can feel it. You can feel something good is coming. And it might not be something personal. It may be that where you've been doing your shadow work, doing the healing, that you're going to start to see that on the world stage. Okay, maybe something that you've manifested for the world. There's going to be some sort of change. Okay, something wasn't built on a firm foundation, so things need to be cleared out, so that they can be rebuilt on a firm foundation. All right, something from the past that you've manifested is now coming into fruition. All right, On the whole, this is a really great reading. I did say I didn't want to tap into the energy of the other people, but Spirit, like, you do need to know that they are receiving their karma. That justice will be justice will be justice will prevail, is what I was trying to say. I'm going to close this reading out. Ooh. I don't feel like there's anything else for this one today, so I'm going to leave it here. We're going to close out with some affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements about how you want to be, how you want your life to be, and used on a regular basis can really help to maintain a positive mindset. Okay. Is there anything else, Spirit? Ooh. Something unexpected, because I didn't expect that to happen. Something unexpected is coming. Okay, everything happens according to divine timing for the best results. Absolutely. You had trust and faith that whatever you were going through was happening for a really good reason. I trust myself. I am wise. I am brave. These are both so far about trusting and having faith. And, like, I feel like you did that through this situation. You did that. You just have trust and faith. And, like, you are maintaining that. It's just a case of, like, maintaining it. I feel like you've mastered it, or you've mastered something. You've mastered your thoughts. I am deserving of respect, love, and happiness. I give respect, love, and happiness to. Someone from your past didn't respect you. Someone from your past disrespected you. This may not be someone that you know that well. I'm kind of getting two things. Somebody that you knew really well and that you trusted disrespected you, did something that showed that they don't respect you and that they don't truly love you and they don't want you to be happy. But there's also an element of someone that you know of but don't really know that well, who then disrespected you as a result of that person. That person, okay, the person that you didn't know that well, has now got a newfound respect for you because they've been speaking to other people that do know you, other people that do respect you and what you stand for and know who you are and what you stand for. Whoever this is has defended you, has changed the perspective of this person, and they now, having listened to this person, have a newfound respect for you. I don't feel like, it's not that you don't care, it's like you just don't need the validation from them. It's like, that's great. It's a little bit too late for that. I feel like the door is closed where you're concerned. But Spirit might want you to have a conversation with this person. There may need to be a conversation, okay? Just to, even if just to tell this person to go away and leave you alone, okay? Because there is a person here that does not want to let go of you, and energetically they're trying to, I'm feeling a bit of an ick, they're trying to, like, really cling on. I am thankful for many things, and my gratitude attracts abundance into my life. Absolutely, you're grateful for the journey, you're grateful for everything that you've gone through, and as a result, that's what's bringing in your abundance, okay? So continue to do you, continue to maintain everything that you're doing, and be mindful to keep going. I hope this reading helped. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Namaste.